Comic fam, Vincent Mclean, the comic machine, back again with another exciting video. And today, it's all about Daredevil, the man without fear, Matt Murdock. Love him, you hate him, I don't care, but I like him. So, today we're gonna go over all of the comics I own from Daredevil, the comics I want, and we're also gonna talk about the Netflix original series, which in my opinion is the best representation of Daredevil, the man without fear. So let's get into it. First off, so I like Daredevil because he is conflicted. So his religious belief is in the way of him being able to do what's right. And thinking about having to go beyond what is needed to actually save his city, Hell's Kitchen, is what makes him, to me, a very intriguing character. I love the whole juxtaposition about doing what's necessary versus doing what is not really politically correct or morally correct or anything else along those lines. And I think that's why that draws me into this character. There's a whole bunch of other characters that are like that too, that have similar issues within their own biographic, being and stuff like that. So that's why I like Matt Murdock as Daredevil. So today is not only just showing the books that I have, but it's also kind of a Grail call. So I actually received probably one of my biggest Grails for now in the mail, and I'm super excited to show it. So let's get into all the books I have that are Daredevil. So right off the bat, you guys saw this last time, Daredevil number 10. This was one of my recent pickups. This book is just sick. It just looks so good. It's a little bit damaged, but you know what? Sometimes that's okay to get. So number 10, this is a Silver Age key right here, okay? Next book I have is one that every Daredevil fanatic should have, is the first appearance of Elektra. So this book is something you have to have in your collection if you're big into Daredevil. She's a major key character in the series. This book is in actually pretty good condition. I'd probably put it maybe like a 6.5, maybe a 7, somewhere in there. But yeah, this book is awesome. Next book I have, Keeping Up with Elektra. This is The Death of Elektra. All right, this is number 181. Big key issue. It's not super expensive to get. You can get one in a pretty decent quality, and you're not going to spend like a whole ton of money. This one's not bad. It's probably about like a 7, 7.5 maybe. I don't think it'll be quite 8, but I don't see any spine ticks on it, so maybe it is an 8. As far as I could tell, there's no water damage or anything, so this is definitely a good book you want to pick up if you're a huge Daredevil fan. This is another recent pickup that I had here, so this is exciting. This is the first appearance of Kingpin in Daredevil. And it's kind of interesting because Kingpin is more of an archenemy for Daredevil than Amazing Spider-Man for Peter Parker. His first appearance is at Amazing Spider-Man number 50, but he's more of a key player as an arch nemesis for Daredevil. So this is his first appearance in Daredevil Comics number 170, and that's just a cool looking cover. I love it. I think I only got that book for like, I don't know, like 17, 18 bucks, so it's possible to get it. And then, of course, keeping in line with The Death of Elektra, I don't quite have the full run. I've got a few, but I think I'm missing 183. This is number 182. This is that Frank Miller run. This one is in pretty awesome condition. No spine ticks, really. There might be like 1 or 2, but it's actually really good quality. So that's the 182. And then the other one I have right here, this cover is just super cool looking. With him and the pistol, no more Mr. Nice Guy. It just says right there, it's that whole internal conflict he has. And this one's number 184. Like I said, I think I'm missing 183. And then I've got 185. This book is pretty sweet. I really like what they do with the name at the top. I was just kind of cracking. Daredevil's cracking under pressure. All the stuff he's got going on in his head. And then 186. So out of that run, I'm only missing 183, and then I have a complete run. So that's probably like the biggest run of Daredevil that people really try to go for is that Frank Miller run. Unfortunately, I don't have the first Frank Miller Daredevil book. I want to get it, so that's one of those books on my list. And then another book that's pretty awesome is number 196 here, Daredevil 196, and it's got Wolverine on the cover. And I haven't actually read this. I got this simply for collecting. So if you guys know why he's on here, you know, leave that down in the comments. Let me know. And you know, we'll see what's going on with that. But this is a really awesome book. So, all right, and I got some modern here. This is numbers 609, 610, 611, and 612 of the Death of Daredevil. I read this story. It's pretty good. I'm not going to ruin it because if you really want to know what it is, you should go check it out. So, you know, you can find it online to read it. You can purchase a trade paperback of this story. Support your local comic book shops right now. You know, everybody needs that. Go online, purchase the book, and read it for yourself and see if you enjoy it as much as I did. But this is the 4-part finale of this run. So 609, 10, 11, and 12. And it's basically the death of Daredevil. Obviously, characters can continue to come back and not, you know, actually really fully die. Good example of that, in my opinion, is Barry Allen from The Flash. You know, he dies at the end of Crisis on Infinite Earths. Not at the end, but like the middle. But, you know, he does come back as The Flash. Like, no character truly dies and then they just stop writing him. So this is a pretty good series to show what they did for that. There is a first appearance of Vigil. I think he's in 610. I think it's Vigil. I think I'm saying that right. If I'm wrong, just put it down in the comments and correct me. That's fine. But he's a pretty interesting villain. Doesn't really say much. He like throws some type of shuriken shrapnel at him. It's kind of cool. But this story is pretty awesome. So if you need something more modern to read, I definitely would check this one out. The Death of Daredevil. And that last book just looks so good. Just black, red, real simple, to the point. All right, so last book I'm going to show you is that Grail. So if you guys have been enjoying this video up until now, give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe, give me some comments down below. Tell me what you think about this video. I'm super excited to show this off. This is definitely one of my favorite Daredevil covers. Definitely one of the coolest villains that has actually been in, you know, the continuity created, especially with the Netflix series Jessica Jones. Season 1, I have picked up Daredevil number 4 and the iconic yellow suit. First appearance of the Purple Man, Kilgrave. And I've been hunting for this book ever since Jessica Jones season 1 with one of my favorite actors, David Tennant, portraying the Purple Man, Kilgrave. And that was just a stellar performance. If you guys have not seen Jessica Jones season 1, I suggest you go watch it because that series is great. I can rewatch that more than all the other ones, even the Daredevil series, just because it's just so good. It just really keeps you going in and wanting to continue to watch it. So, but I finally picked up probably my most recent and I would say affordable Grail books. All right, Daredevil number 4. This book, $75. Okay, this is not a $1,000 book by any means. There's a lot of fraying and tearing up at the top. There's a lot of spine damage and you know, this is definitely a reader book, but if you're trying to hunt for grails and you find a good deal on a grail like this, you got to pick it up because you might not get another option. So this book is awesome. My first yellow suit Daredevil. The only other yellow suit Daredevil book I'd want to get is the #1, and I don't have a boatload of money to be able to pay for that, but I will eventually. That probably is definitely one of my #1 grail calls, is that Daredevil #1, but I was super excited to be able to pick this up. So they're out there. You just gotta look for it, guys. You know, you gotta look on the eBays. You gotta keep an eye out for the deals. And once you come across one, go ahead and jump on it because you might not get an opportunity again. So those are the books that I have in my collection for Daredevil. Now, if you need something to watch during this pandemic, I strenuously suggest you check out the Netflix Daredevil series. It is super awesome. It is bloody, it is brutal, and it is just a great representation of the character. Season 1 is by far my favorite. Season 2 is kind of a close second. The character, the actress that they used for Elektra did a wonderful job, but I wasn't as drawn into the series towards the middle to the end of season 2 for Daredevil. And it was in part just for that character. I just couldn't really click with it too much. Last time when I went to go restart and rewatch Daredevil, I kind of like stopped watching halfway through season 2. So I would suggest you guys just go through and watch it all. The Punisher does partake in season 2, which is super awesome. And you guys really need to check that out. I did watch season 1 of The Punisher, and you know, that was not bad. That was pretty good. I really liked it. I haven't watched season 2 yet. That's probably going to be coming up here soon. But definitely season 1 of Daredevil. Now, there's going to be tons of people that are going to make comments in this video saying, well, I tried to watch, you know, season 1, but I just couldn't get past, you know, the first 2 episodes. It's just too slow. Don't be a little baby. Just watch it. Pay attention. What else you got going on right now? We're all in a pandemic. We can't do nothing. So just sit there, enjoy the show, watch it. It gets so much better. And the fact that Vincent D'Onofrio plays Wilson Fisk, like, that is perfect. That is like stellar casting, and he just looks like a Wilson Fisk. You know, no offense to Ben Affleck in that awful movie that he did, you know, for the first Daredevil. Now, I say awful, I mean, let's give it like a, you know, that's a B movie, but, you know, let's give it like a B-, maybe a C+ on the B movie list. But Vincent D'Onofrio's portrayal of Wilson Fisk was great. I love it. He was probably one of my favorite villains that's portrayed in the TV series and, you know, just anything cinematic. But you guys really need to check it out. It's so good. It's bloody. It's awesome. Just seeing Daredevil do his acrobatics everywhere, running on the tops of buildings in Hell's Kitchen and just beating people up that are being pieces of filth, and having that internal struggle issue that I talked about in the beginning of trying to do the right thing, but also he's not able to really go the distance like Punisher. And when they bring Punisher in for season 2, then there's this really awesome rooftop scene where he's got Daredevil chained to a chimney, and they're having this basically theological discussion back and forth about how he's doing what should be done versus Daredevil trying to do the right thing and bring him to justice through the laws of man and all this kind of stuff. And it's just great. It just gives you a better insight of the struggle for the character itself, and you guys need to check it out. So that's gonna be today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for the next video, and you guys have a great day and stay safe.